God fucking damn it. Okay, yeah, so OBS resetted my apparently OBS reset the mic again, so that sucked a little. But hey, hope you guys are doing good. Yeah, god damn it, that voice puts a lot of pressure on my throat. I don't like that. But yeah, hope you guys are doing well. It would seem that because I didn't look at the mic audio mixer, I was speaking to myself probably for like about a minute and a half, but pay no attention to that fact. We're back with EBF 4, so hope you guys had a good day. But yeah, as I was saying to myself just before this, holy shit, it's been getting cold recently though. Like I know that like bit by bit we're getting closer to winter. Like it's only 2 more weeks till winter, so it kind of makes sense that it's getting colder, but like it feels like it's been a long time, even though it hasn't. Like last winter was just last year, right? No, last winter was also this year. And yet it just feels so distant. I don't even know how to describe it. Other than shit, is it cold? Okay, the fuel was on top. Yeah, okay. Hey, Infodave. How you doing? That actually scared me again. But yeah, hope you do good, yes? Or at least not badly. It feels like the grind for Blue Archive probably hasn't ended for a year yet. If you're trying to like get all rewards especially. But yeah, aside from that, hopefully it's going well. Not yet. Oh no. Yeah, there's still probably some stuff left that you got to do, huh? Challenge? Oh, you mean for the event? For the Kazusa. For the Kazusa run. The what run? You mean the event that she is in? The challenge would be annoying though, wouldn't it? The rerun. Is that? But yeah, at least it shouldn't be too bad. The whole like rerun and all. Hopefully. Like by now, beating the challenge should at least be less painful, so at least you can maybe look forward to that. Yeah. Like completely? I would have thought you would at least try to get the thing. Oh, you meant for plat. I thought you were gonna try for like at least all rewards or something. Since at least that sounds doable. Anyways, not yet. Maybe soon? Question mark? Surely there will come a day where the sun will shine a little different. The 2 moons in the sky that you see outside will align in just the right way, so that you will actually get the flat. Right? Just look outside the window, and when you see the green moon and the red moon like overlap, that's the day that you will get it. There's a lot of things missing. It's just a support. My apologies for asking. Oh, that's rough. That's very rough. My deepest and dearest condolences. Hyper carry. Yeah, the tough thing with having only Mika is also the fact that like almost everyone has Mika. Because everyone rolls for Mecha, because Mecha is OP. So like, in the end, it's like, it just balances out. Because everyone has Mecha. Like, you would probably be more hard-pressed trying to find someone without Mecha, if anything. Wakamo, I guess it depends, cause like, from what I know, first year, if you're not a Korean player, first year was like quite dead for BA in general. It was only around the year half anniversary that actually got big outside of Korea. So like, people not having Wakamo at least is still a decent possibility. Oh wait, no. Can't revive her. She has a rest spell. Okay, then this is the prep round where we can like take a break and chill before the suffering continues. I feel like I need to put emphasis on that fact. Like, this is just the calm before the storm. Because of course it does. Why wouldn't it be? Okay. You do this. Who else was there though? In terms of hyper carries. Oh yeah, Sama no no Mi is actually pretty good as well, huh? There's like Sama no no Mi, Hina and Hina, if you want Hina. I guess maybe she's not hyper carry, but like Hina does help a lot more. Iori used to be good, but not as much anymore. Wait, have I not scanned this? No, I have scanned this. Someone Min. Oh yeah. Well, I mean that one couldn't be helped, I guess, since like in terms of when they started the game, it's like it was probably after that, right? What is status form? I need something that can remove debuff. One thing with the sequel is that it really had a lot more interesting items, to be honest. With this one, some of the items just feel very mid. Not items, sorry, the pets. Summon Min. I guess, what's her name again? Coconuts isn't all too OP, although she does help a lot to have. Yeah. Wait, where's spell? Is it? Who do I use a lot on the front line? I haven't been checking recently. The 3-color Total Assault just started in JP as well. I need to do like fucking hot on all 3 colors. That feels like hell. I don't understand why it had to be hot. Like having to deal with the 3 elements of the boss being all 3 elements for hot, where like CC is so core, just feels like shit. Hey, all the fun. Hope you've been doing good. I am back. The family visiting is finally a thing that's over. So as you can see, I'm still alive. So that's what it was. So that's what was. The what now? The scream? It's always this game. What do you mean? This is the game where you listen to like screamy sounds for like 2 hours. Water, ice. There we go. But yeah, aside from that, what else was there in terms of like problematic or like characters you really need in VA? This character's been hot. Ah, Miyako. Wait, you mean the original Miyako? I guess so, yeah. I went to level up the railgun remote control girl as well. Since she does have like that 7-second CCs as well. So hopefully that helps. I really don't know. Surely they wouldn't do the fucked up thing and like make the collab characters not useful at all, right? Like that is very standard practice for like some companies, but here's hoping they didn't do it. Or won't do it rather. I know like back in Koei it was considered like standard practice to do it. It was such a shitty thing to do where like they had this weird ruling within the company. So because it's not like it's an industry standard, right? It's just that like as a company they wanted to do it, but like they had this like internal rule where like you can't make the collab characters too strong because they don't want people to use the collab characters over their own characters, which sounds like such a weird fucking, I mean like it sounds like such a weird thing because like, it feels like the psychology is reversed with them. No, like it makes sense to make the collab characters strong, in my opinion at least. Like it makes sense to make people want to roll for collab characters and use them actively as well, because that would ensure that you keep people around the longest. Is my opinion. Because like if you make the characters that people get in collab strong, then your own players don't give a fuck because they just want the meta, and as long as they get a meta they don't care. Maybe they would prefer their waifu be in the game, but since it's a collab, it's like yeah, they probably wouldn't mind that like 1 or 2 collabs a year happen where you get a strong character that's temporarily strong since it's a gacha game. So either way it will eventually get outscaled. But if you make the collab character strong, the bigger benefit is that it helps with existing player retention. Not existing player, sorry. It helps with retention of the people who enter for the collab. Because if you make the collab character shit, the people who actually like the collab, they'll come in, they'll play for like a little bit, and then they'll be like, wait a minute, I can't use my favorite character in the game because they're shit? Well, guess I don't care then, fuck. Well, reruns, the reruns, yeah, that's the thing, right? So that's the thing. So reruns should have been in the contract from the start when the collab was selected, if that's the case. Like that should be standard nowadays, to be honest. Like it's like doing the Puzzles and Dragons thing. You sign your contracts with the understanding that you are gonna do a rerun eventually, and you leave an open clause in there to do that. Have you seen what Puzzles and Dragons does? They literally collab with the same series like 4 or 5 times across 10 years. They managed to pull it off with Disney as well. Like they got their Marvel collab twice. Like if the company is big enough, I genuinely do not see a reason why they can't do it. Like I would think that like if you talk about like Cygames, I believe Cygames could do it if they wanted to. And they kinda did with Idolmaster and Princess Connect. Where for Princess Connect it's like 1 year, and they did it for ReZero as well, both of those collabs, where 1 year after they added the Bond item, the Bond equipment for the collab characters as well. While also doing the rerun. So it shouldn't be too strong, right? No, I'm saying that Koei's op, as in what Koei wants to do, as in Koei Tecmo wants to do, is to make them not too strong. But in my opinion, it's actually better to make them strong. because it helps with retaining the people who are coming in for the collab instead. Because if the collab character is strong, the guy who's coming in because he likes the collab is gonna be like, cool, I can use my favorite character and I can use them for the next few months while the sunk cost of me getting Stockholm Syndrome has not sunk in yet. Then once the Stockholm Syndrome has sunk in, around then is when you want to slowly start phasing out the character. But since the person already has Stockholm Syndrome by that point, it doesn't matter. You just have to make sure that maybe a year later you do a rerun or something, or maybe 2 years. Just make them feel happy, but the goal is to ease them into the game with a collab and keep them staying for long. And the easiest way to do that is to make the collab characters usable. 2 shit character and 1 OPS fire mage. On collab they did twice and never came back. They did it twice? I mean, if they actually did the collab twice, that's already like more of a rerun than like half the games out there where they just don't rerun it at all. Maybe 2 bio. I mean, if they actually did like 2 reruns, I would say that's already quite a success in terms of like getting it to come back. It's in PvP. See, that means that it's working. They actually successfully made something that is like actually strong, if that's the case, right? It's working! It's working! Okay, But yeah, PvP always feels like... PvP is a tough one, it feels like, where it's like... It's very rare to see a game that does it well. Usually it feels like it's just like... Either balance is broken and devs don't care, or like something horrible will happen where like it'll be so pay to win that people will just like give up. Which surprises me that like Epic 7 lasted as long as it did as a result. May poison targets. Poisons all falls. Is it the insane range DPS switch for walls? So I think that's stacking hard and she actually kills you before you get close anyways. I mean, if she's able to shoot through everything with a giant AoE, it does feel like there isn't much room for people to do anything in response after all. Insane did clear in 4 turns and under 20 challenge 2. Accidentally did it. You're just flexing how you've become a pro player at this point, huh? Accidentally did it. That sounds so badass and like a humble brag at the same time that it's actually very based. I approve of that. 10 out of 10. What the fuck are these 2 skills? Oh, I need this. And I need this? What the fuck is this penis thing in metal? Why is everything like this? Ah! Look at all the AP stacked up. Don't say a word about it. Okay, I know. I know what you want to say, but don't say it. I tried my best to remember that it existed. It just didn't work out, you know. Wait, no, I'm supposed to look at normal skills, right? God damn it. so many things to level up. Now, I know what you're thinking. Maybe if I had actually remembered to do this, I wouldn't have had to worry about all of this button pushing I need to do now. But yeah, no you. Okay. That's all false accuracy. I don't know how much I can upgrade at this point. I feel like by this point I should be able to upgrade a lot of stuff. Although it does not seem to be the case. Looking into the server merger, like 32 servers, 3 servers are ranking, I should have messed up there for something. Rank 1 or something. Yeah, I mean, like, to be fair, 32 servers sounds like a bit much. Like, I don't... Running 32... You know, I hear 32 servers, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Tower of Fantasy. Where they had, like, what was it, 30 channels or 40 channels or something. And then, like, every single channel was dead because, like, not enough people were playing the game. I just got flashback to that instead. But yeah, at that point it feels like there isn't too much that can be done, huh? If they're just shifting all of the, like, pro players into one server as well. Like, I can kind of get why they're doing it, since, like, it would probably be the easiest way to get people to spend. Like, you're just, like, put all of the most competitive people together so that they would have to spend more. Like, from a money-making perspective, it makes sense, but it just sounds like shit to actually experience. Pay to win will. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's what I mean. Like, pro to will, you know. Those people. The whole point is to put those people together to make them spend more. Because if you lump all of the spenders together along with the pro players, the whales would have to spend more to beat both the pros and the spenders at the same time. So clearly it's just more profits. In the server chat. Was there like a bunch of racist shit in there? Challenge 5, yeah. Challenge 5 is gonna be rough unless you have like a very well prepped team. I feel like that one never changes, it's just hell to do either way. Understandable, have a nice day. Do that. E5. No CP gen. Oh. Yeah, not having any makes it a lot rougher, huh? Why do I solo MP? What the fuck did I do? Why is my MP so low? It's one of those games, huh? Yeah, a lot of games like to do that. Frankly, I just find it like fucking annoying that they do. I get why they do it. It just does not feel good to see it. Better start than you. Yeah, it's another one of those standard like psychological tricks. It's one of the laziest ones because it's really just there to make people want to get more. Like you see everybody getting good stuff, and then it's there to trick people into thinking like, oh, everyone's getting good stuff. That means I'll probably get good stuff as well now, right? Or like you see it, and then like the people, especially the highly competitive people, they'll be like, oh no, I need to like get my name there as well. And then that's where it begins. That's where they get you. Yeah, I don't like it when games do that. It feels like a very lazy way to go about like getting people to spend money. What, I already got the last of Bloody Hell. Next level 299. The last one? God damn. At that point, I would actually wonder just a little bit whether they actually knew what they were doing and that's why they got there. I mean, it probably isn't the case, but you know. You never know. Wait again. Gems, wait, what? Another 60? Oh, because of level 5, huh? Right. Well, that sucks. I was spend like 5 grand, got far, and then you stop playing no more. Ah, yeah, there are people like that who really spend for the high of like feeling powerful in a mobile game. As much as it sounds like a caricature of a human being, right? Like, you would think that people like that don't exist, but like I literally know people like that in real life as well. People who would literally like say like, yeah, the only reason why I spend in Genshin is cause like, if I spend in Genshin, I can get ahead a lot and it makes me feel powerful. Like, I literally knew a guy who unironically said that, and I was like, okay. Okay, yeah, this... You need help, my dude. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if someone like spent 5 grand and then he just like got really far. And then he realized there was no challenge left for him. And then he just stopped playing. Just like, yeah. There just are people like that. In too much I can really... There isn't even too much for me to say, because it's just like, yeah, it just do be like that. There are people like that out there. Like, even back when I was working in Koei, it was the same. Like, literally there are people in the company, right, who... The way they played mobile games was that they would just spend a shit ton of money at the start of the game to get as powerful as they could. And then after they spend the money and they get pretty far, only at that point do they start like thinking about whether they actually like the game. So it's not like they are like, yeah, you know what, I think I enjoyed this game a lot, so I'm gonna whale. There are actually people out there who are the reverse mentality. They're like, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna whale a lot, get really far, and then see whether I enjoyed whaling to this point. And then after spending all their money, they just stop. Like, on the one hand, it's not my place to tell them what they should do with their money, but like, holy shit, dude. That does not feel like a healthy way to be using one's money. Yeah, what was I doing again? Oh yeah, right. This. Yes. Yes. But yeah, it's like even people you would think ought to know better, since they themselves work on mobile games, even some of them don't. Forget. It's like VIP tiers. 5 VIP tiers? You mean for spending? Or like just in general? Because I recall, what was that game? The Taimanin RPG actually had tiers as well, but their tiers were like, you had to spend, but I think you could kind of get it without spending as well. I could be wrong. Spending and perks. Oh, I mean, perks doesn't. As long as there's a free way to get it as well, it's a little less bad, I guess. I just find it horrible when games just have like no way at all for F2P players to get stuff. Like, especially with a VIP system, like, I still have a very bad impression of VIP systems in general because of the way that, like, the good old Chinese games used to do them in the past. They used to be quite exploitative, if I recall. Did he not get a turn? Is he also stunned? Oh. Fish dispensing get, but that's way less than VIP. Well, I mean, I guess they have to put food on the table somehow, huh? As messed up as some of those sound. Does he really not get a turn? He's not stunned? Where's his turn? Yes, attack. Good. It's very low damage. What happened? Oh. Oh. They removed his magic buff. Speaking of ads though, the funny cookie clicker game actually is potentially good to go. As in the one that I proposed that time. I think I mentioned it yesterday as well. That like, I had proposed one like a while back before I went on break. And it seems like there are genuinely people who actually really want to make that. And when I say really want to make that, I mean like between the choice of being able to make like an artsy platformer and making a cookie clicker, they are like, yes, let me make the cookie clicker. Which is like, sure, why not? wonder how annoying modern ads are though actually. Like I've been playing a little bit of the Atelier game still. Mostly for the story at this point. Just to see it through to the end, but like what's many font we go for each form? Blood out, okay. But like the ads actually don't feel that bad when they aren't compulsory to the game. Like I mean it's like it's free gems, so like not doing it is like psychologically it fucks with people as well, so people are probably gonna do it unless you're like as lazy as I am, where you're just like, yeah, I don't think I want the free gems, I don't want to waste my time playing an ad on my phone. Damn it, it's still not fully regen, huh? I guess we can just sit around a little. Holy shit, that's slow. Was it always this slow? Is it increasing by a fixed number and not a percentage? Like, what? Bruh. That was really slow. Like, that was really slow. Like, I don't remember it being that slow earlier in the game, which makes me feel like it actually is a case of like the game is just increasing it by a fixed value every single time. You have clear buff, right? Siphons off holes. No, was it on Anna? It's a merging fish mini game, like 1+1 things that really get 10 killers. Each filler is 10 fish of your fish level, so it's a boost. I mean that sounds like quite a massive boost. I mean I guess 10 it really depends on how much 10 fishes even really is worth in that game, but it sounds like a lot, at least on face value. Special? Oh, there it is. Spell. But yeah, I don't know, I really never... I guess it's not so much that I don't like VIP systems, but I just have a very bad impression of them as being like a way to make the game artificially grindier so that players would be forced to like get the VIP just so that they can grind normally. Like, I know a lot of like early Chinese mobile games, especially since like, that was one of those systems that like originated from there. Really like put the fear of God in me with those systems. Which is kind of surprising. Like most of the microtransaction systems that exist within the game industry now actually don't even come from Japan. Even when they are like made of a Japanese concept. Like the concept of gacha and like its current form as like it was created by, if I recall, it was the team that created Maple Story. So it was a Korean company that created like the idea of gacha microtransactions. Battle Pass was a Chinese invention, same for VIP systems, if I recall. Within the context of mobile games, as in terms of how they work as a way to like provide benefits and as a dopamine effect. Like all of this initially started outside of Japan and were then like brought in and then like massively implemented here. Like the closest thing that could be considered a Japanese invention is actually the pity system, if anything. Massively. In where, China? They still can do it. I mean, like, I don't know how much people actually are obeying those rules, and even if they are, you can just make the requirements for the battle pass something that can be cleared within however short the time is that they have to play, right? Like if they are restricted to playing like 1 hour a day, you just gotta make your battle pass clearable, your battle pass dailies clearable in like 10 minutes. And you're done. You can still get people to do your entire battle pass. Getting addicted to one of Facebook MMO game. A Facebook MMO? What the fuck is a Facebook MMO? You mean like Farmville? No, right? Or Mafia Wars? Or is this like something that I've just never played before? Yeah, G Battle Pass going to the pool. Yeah, like the battle passes like that. Easy. And chill. Literal MMO. How? Aren't all of the games on like Facebook like Flash games or something? I mean, they're not Flash games anymore since you can't use Flash, but like didn't they all just used to be Flash games? Like how would one even go about making a Flash MMO? Or maybe my understanding of what like Facebook games are is just severely outdated, I don't know. I mean, if you forgot the name, that's fine. No, it's like some things might have probably just been better left forgotten anyways. Especially Facebook games. Facebook MMO. Can you imagine the insanity of it? Literally, like, especially nowadays with Twitch, where you just have one guy who sits on Twitch playing like Facebook MMOs all day long. But yeah, I'm a massive like professional Farmville MMO player. Yeah, my main is the potato. He just sits there like auto click. He just basically sits there and clicks a single button. Because that's what I remember. Yeah, I mean, like I feel like you'll be harder pressed to find a Chinese game that doesn't have a VIP system at this point as well. Like every game just has it. I feel like. That's I do not like that system at all. It's like, why do you need to reward the people who are spending $50,000 on your game with even more good shit than you're already giving them? Like, they are buying into your good shit already. Why are you like expanding the fucking like income gap by giving them even more good shit on top of that, like as a permanent buff? Like please no. They are already doing well enough. Why make everyone else feel like shit? Gaia Online sounds familiar. Gaia Online sounds very familiar. I don't think it was just on Facebook, was it? I feel like I've heard of that before. feel like I might have seen it, and I like played it for a bit, but I didn't play it for very long. I ended up playing like Trickster Online instead. Like the MMO I used to play a lot when I was very young was it's dead now, so like finding an image of it might be tough, but let's see. What is Victory 3% off? Because no one's playing the game. They need to somehow make people play it. I remember playing this game. Hi. It looks like every other MMO. And like 50% of Korean MMOs out there, it's like the classes are like gender fixed. So like if you wanted to be a mage, you had to be male. If you wanted to be a cleric, you must be female, and stuff like that. It was so stupid, but yeah, I remember the game being kind of fun, at the very least, as stupid as the class system was. What? This is fun. Wow, with like skills and make parties go to run and jump on into boss raid. One was like a Japanese area with bamboo. And one boss was a curse doll. Fuck curse dolls. Because the aesthetic of the curse dolls like terrifies the fuck out of me. Like recently there was a cookie clicker like curse doll raising game in Japan. Oh man, the aesthetic of it actually fucks with me. I can't. What the hell? Not Victoria 3 hell? Is it not time to unite the entirety of Africa as an African tribe and drive out the Westerners? Like that would be a pretty big challenge as well, I feel like. No, but the funny. What could be better than creating a democratic Japan before World War One? The colonization mechanic. Yeah, the colonization mechanic itself is pretty shit, to be honest, I agree. It's very brain dead. Like, there's nothing you can really do about it. It's just a thing that exists. You just stare at the thing and just like, yeah, I guess I can't do anything. Cool. It's like, oh no, they're colonizing quicker than I am. Guess I'll stare at this button harder and hope that it does something. Wow, value. South America. Yeah. Britain has this. Yeah, playing as Africa because of that was kind of tough. Like, I was like trying to unite them. I was trying to like play as one of the lesser African tribes and like unite the continent. And then all it took to fuck me up was literally just like America just sailing down and saying, this is mine now. Severe malaria. Like literally that game feels like shit, cause like everyone just colonizes everything. You know, minor African as well. Yeah, minor African tribes is horrible. Ethiopia wasn't too bad. I enjoyed playing as and uniting Africa. I mean, Ethiopia. But yeah, every other African tribe was horrible to play. More so because like it's very fun until like one of the Western powers appears, and then you just wish you had not played this game instead. You know, it's like, oh, there's like 50,000 games in the world that you could play, and you chose this one game. That kind of feeling. Fun as hell. Yeah, playing as the Western powers themselves feels very tough. Or like not as fun, I guess. Yes, accurate. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is, but like, fuck. The issue is that there isn't enough ways within the game to allow the players to diplomacy their way through like being an African tribe and diplomatically eventually getting the gains required to do something about the Western powers. If I die, I survive to get revenge. Whoa. I know what's the most masochistic start you could play. Have you tried to get the achievement for the Indian tribes in America? That one is true hell if you haven't tried it yet. Like somewhere near Texas within America and like Victoria 3, there's like the you can play as the Red Indian tribes, who are technically a part of America, but the goal of the Red Indian tribe achievement is to basically take over America instead. Which, if you have tried it, that shit is actually insane. Like, I don't see how it's supposed to be actually possible. I actually spent a few days, like a while back when the game released, trying to get that achievement. And then I saw like how people were explaining how they got the achievement. And it was like some 5D chess of like pure RNG that made it possible. Like apparently what that person did was that he somehow managed to become a protectorate of France instead. So like he basically declared independence from America, and then like the war phase started. He somehow managed to get France to join in on his side, and that caused America to back off. And somehow that basically allowed him to like get the tribes free. Like the whole thing was just insanely like RNG-ish. Like I don't even know how anyone is supposed to like replicate what he did. But yeah, that was a funny achievement, I have to say. The only other achievement that feels kind of silly is the Luxembourg one. Like the Luxembourg one as well was kind of funny. Because I think theirs was like fully centered on trade or something. Which I don't know, like this could just be me being biased and all, but like I feel like for a trade simulator, the trading doesn't feel very fun at times with that game. Like I don't feel like I'm making like very big and like important like trade choices and stuff like that, you know? For-year dock. For-year. Fire. Okay, but yeah, Victoria 3, man, that game is frankly, I'm still surprised that the game has like still gotten support after all this time. Like, after what happened with the Rome game, I have no faith in like fucking Paradox to like hold their end of the bargain to actually release DLCs for a game. Like, holy shit, the Rome one was like, I think, was it called Inquisitor? I can't remember what the series was called. But holy shit, that game, man. It's like they just gave up completely on it. Like, I think it was like on release it was very negative, and then they just never released any DLCs for it. They just gave up completely. And the funny thing is that after they gave up on the game and abandoned it, the ratings of the game actually got better. Like, people actually started to be like, oh, you know, this game actually had a lot of potential. It's kind of a shame that like they abandoned the game. And then like a bunch of people were saying stuff like that. It was kind of funny, to be honest. XCOM, huh? I really want to get back into XCOM at some point, the second one, or the first one as well, but it's like, I don't know why, there's just a part of me that also wants to resist getting back into it, even though it was quite fun. Like, getting the psychic abilities, especially after that, like from that point on, the game actually is quite enjoyable. Like, even before that, although like by that point it does feel like typically you're less likely to lose units unless you're very careless, which kind of makes it feel like the stakes are a little lower that late into the game. But yeah, aside from that, the game was pretty fun, to be honest. Yes! Money! Millionaire! Money! That I probably could use and really should use. Is this that to make me spell targets? Oh. Equips. Sure. What all this is? Yeah, why not? I feel like this is meant to be a meme of something. I don't remember what. It feels very, very familiar. Like this iconography with the hands in front. Okay, do this. Then we back off, because that clearly didn't go our way. Why is this MP not going? Is the MP heal really that slow? It really feels like the regen is so slow. Okay. I don't want to reset too much. I really do feel quite lazy to reset. Okay, if it doesn't turn up this time, then it's like whatever, we'll just do the battle. I was just hoping to get the this. Yes, like that. Thank fucking god. Sky monolith. What I feel like that thing is gonna hurt me a lot at some point. On a completely unrelated note though. Aside from Faerun, which the entire fucking world is watching at this point, like, what other interesting animes are there even this season? And Astro, not Astro, sorry, Pluto. Pluto looks interesting as well. But like, got one kill already. Oh no. So is it time we did an Iron Man XCOM run on stream? Because clearly I don't suffer enough yet. Right, so we need to like do an Iron Man run so I can suffer more. Never do modern Iron Man. I mean, we're not gonna do a modded one. Like that feels a little too much for me. Wow, it's a little too much for me. But yeah, modern Iron Man sounds like hell. Especially when you consider the fact that something is probably gonna go wrong with the balance with an Iron Man run. It does feel, I mean like with modded stuff in general, I mean rather. Something tells me like you really don't want to just be doing an Iron Man run in general. Because it does feel like things are just gonna go horribly. Adventure Quest. Ooh, Adventure Quest. That's like the game that everybody has played. It's kind of crazy how, like, I won't say universal that game is, but like it feels like the kind of game that has like transcended like generations, hasn't it? Did it just... wipe my party. Okay. The entire party died, huh? Well, that's cool. Easy to play for 8 tricks, game launcher, no spyware, no spam. The way they're saying it, this makes it sound like there's gonna be some... Like, it's having that reverse psychology effect on me where them saying it like that makes me feel like there is, like, spyware, if anything. Is it just me that feels that? I don't know. It's like when a company says that like we know crime, it just makes me feel like they crime even more. When they're like, no, we know crime, we friendly. And all that runs through my head is well, if they really were, they probably wouldn't be like advertising that like it's something that important. What I have to do? Say a CG videos. Yeah, I know, right? But that said, Adventure Quest is very nostalgic. Like, I'm surprised you had played it too, if anything. Because that game has been around since I was a kid. Like, if anything, it just feels unreal to me that like, holy shit, other people have played it? That aren't like 50,000 years old? There's no way. The spooky found 5% corn or something. Yeah, the enemies in that game were very bizarre at times. And I mean that in the most like wholesome of ways. Like, it's one of those games that are based off that, like, the enemies in general were all very, like, weird and bizarre. Probably in part due to the fact that that game, I don't know, like, it just felt like playing EBF, where it's like, you have a lot of very weird shit happening in that game. And it's like, at the same time, because of how bizarre it is, it kind of works out instead. Cool. Like, even the starting enemies in that game were like weird fish people or something, if I recall. And that in and of itself felt like such a funny as well. Goodbye. Reach level 30, you should be strong enough to take on the final boss. Why are you telling me this, game? Why are you spoiling it for me? I don't want to know that I'm strong enough to maybe fight the final boss. I want to find that out when I get to the final boss, not before. Okay, wait, what? Oh, I need to go around, okay. This Flash game feel fun. Yeah. It's a shame that Flash went out the way it did. Because like it's a lot like the death of Flash reminded me a lot of when Nintendo suddenly announced that they were getting rid of like WiiWare support. Where like WiiWare had a fuck ton of like very interesting games on it. And a lot like with Flash games, it's like because it's such an old thing, many of these games just weren't ported for like modern day consoles and the like. So like when the original platform on which it was run just disappeared the way that it did, it's just like we just lost an entire generation of games, and that was super sad. Like I can't play some of the Kusoges on the Wii anymore because like they were purely on WiiWare as well. And with like Flash games, it felt kind of like the same thing, where like there were a lot of really cool Flash games. Like this entire series we're playing now, right? It started from a Flash game, and here it is rather. It has come this far now. Like I find that to be really amazing, but at the same time, it's like it's kind of sad that like it just ended like that, because like nothing more was made with it in that sense, or done with it rather. I mean, with this game it wasn't so bad because they all got ported to Steam, but like with many of the other Flash games, I mean, it's like they just never went anywhere. They just disappeared into time. No, he's fine. Oh. You can make like a repository training games that are kept for Flash stuff. Oh, there was such a thing? I mean, if you ever remember the name, do let me know. That would be cool. So like relive some of those old Flash games. It makes me sound very old, and feel very old as well, but yeah, being able to relive some of those would be nice. Or to be hip with the kids, it was Toads Poggers, my dude. He's missing a lot, huh? But yeah, man. What I wouldn't give for a chance to relive some of those old Flash games. Although to be fair, some of them were actually really weird as well. So I don't know if I would want to relive all of them, but there were a fair few pretty fun ones, so those I probably wouldn't mind. Maybe not some of the a bit weirder ones, though. Like, do you remember how there used to be an entire genre of Flash games dedicated to just like doing horrible shit to an unnamed like random thing? Like literally there was no actual gameplay. The game was just about like you just like do horrific shit to this like inanimate thing that kind of looked kind of human. And then the more you did horrible shit to it, like hit it with a car or spike traps and shit, the more points you would get, and then you could use that to unlock even more horrible shit that you could do to it. I remember as a kid, like that game was like, I wouldn't call it fun, like kick your balls, something, yeah, like kick your balls. But I don't remember if kick your balls was as violent. But I remember there were equivalents where like, yeah, Pocket God, was it the one? I think it was Pocket God, the one that I remembered being like extremely violent. But yeah, the games like those, like all of those, like holy shit, I'm surprised no one makes any of those anymore, to be honest. Is it just a change in the type of games people want to play, or that like something happened? Like how did an entire genre of like hyper violent games just vanish off the face of the earth? Yeah, but like even before Twitter, it's like it already disappeared, didn't it? Like I remember, like at some point they just faded away, and there wasn't like really any noticeable reason at the time, at least. And to be fair, it's like Twitter would like kick people's asses for the most benign of things. Like, do you remember the time that Twitter was trying to fucking cancel Genghis Khan? Like, the fuck, man, the dude has been buried in the ground for like 50,000 years. I don't think he needs cancellation. It was so bizarre. The stuff that happens on like Twitter sometimes. What's it gonna do again? Oh yeah, evade. Because it's 3 waves. What's another game that just like completely vanished from my existence? I do wonder. Like dress up games technically still exist. Right, like those we don't see them as much anymore, but they still exist in the bucket loads. So those are like, yeah, I guess it's a thing still. But in the life Flashpoint Infinity. Flashpoint Infinity. This sounds like a DC. Why does this sound like a DC comic title? Oh. Oh, thank God. Oh, that almost went horribly. Holy shit. Oh, that was scary. Okay, at least we'll survive the turn now. Like, starting that battle with that little HP was none good to say the least, but hey, at least we did it. Okay. Kill! Yes! Yes! It's nowhere as cool as 7th Heaven, but I do like the tunes as well. Like, it makes me feel very like a boomer when he does that. She does that, rather. Like, it's not even like a very like... I guess it's like... It was an iconic meme of its time in Japan, at least, cause like it was the Macross thing, and then like, I mean, it probably existed even before Macross, but it's like it was the Macross thing that like somehow like just trended massively in Japan for some reason. Video thumbnail. Oh. It doesn't sound like it's a very good thumbnail. It's getting lag. Oh.